Hola amigos, hola amigas, Dorian here from Hooverlux. Welcome, bienvenido, croeso y salam alaikum. Welcome to the channel, y'all. Chesh, yakshumash. So today you can see I have my Dyson V10 strewn across my counter on my workbench. And it is 4 o'clock, and as you know, in the UK, everything stops for tea. Okay. First of all, before I start on this, I'd like to say a great big thank you to Max. Max got me 2 gifts for my birthday. This is a Draper air gun attachment for the Cobra air compressor. So this is a lot better quality than the one that I have currently. And also a fantastic box of Henry bags. And everyone knows that Henry bags are amazing. So there we go. Thank you very much, Max, for my gift. Thank you so much. So let's go back. I got some notes here. Now what I wanted to find out was the claim that Dyson said that these are to replace corded vacuums. One of many of Dyson's wild claims over the years. So I had some questions, for example, regarding this. I mean, basically, can it replace a corded vacuum? And the best person I thought of asking was my mate Chris from Vacuum Wars. Hello Chris, how are you? I put the question to him and he put together a little video of the answer, which you will see in a moment. But I wanted to know the airflow and what was it, the power specs, the airflow for the cordless versus the upright, and does it give a deep clean and pickup? That was my question. Basically, can this really replace a corded vacuum cleaner? So, who better to answer this question is Chris. So I will hand you over to Chris.
Hey Hooverlux, this is Chris with Vacuum Wars. Thanks a lot for letting me be a part of this video, and thanks for the really good question about the Dyson V10 and its power specs, particularly its airflow, how that relates to upright vacuums, and specifically what about Dyson's claims that they want the V10 and subsequent cordless vacuums to replace uprights, that they can in fact replace uprights. So it's a pretty complicated question when you get right down to it, but let's just start with what you asked about the airflow. The airflow at the cleaner head we measured at 53 CFM, and at the wand we measured it at 50 CFM. Now right there you'd say that's not very good numbers. Those are lower than average numbers on an upright vacuum. For example, the hose numbers on the Dyson Multifloor 2 is 80 CFM instead of 53 CFM. Or the Cibo Felix was 99 CFM instead of 53 CFM. So right there you'd say, no, it really can't compete, especially with premium vacuums. But that's not the whole story. And the whole story is that because of the design of the cleaner head, and that's both cleaner heads, both the fluffy and the torque drive in my case, I think you in the UK have a slightly different model, the V8 version, which still has the same good qualities in terms of what I'm going to talk about, which is a seal. The Dyson V10, when we tested its seal with the crevice pickup test, it still remains to this day the best performance I've ever seen on the crevice pickup test. On high power, in one pass, regardless of the fluffy head or the torque drive, it got it in one pass, got everything that was there. And that's because the seal is just so great. Taking into account, of course, the fluffy head, it doesn't really require that much airflow anyway because the cleaner head's what's doing most of the work. And I'm assuming similar things are happening with the torque drive. But in any case, what we've seen in terms of pickup ability, comparing that with an upright vacuum, it holds its own. We actually just got done with a video that's not going to be released for a little while, but we compared the Dyson V10 and put it in a competition against 6 other premium upright vacuums. It was the only cordless vacuum in this competition, honestly the only cordless vacuum that could be in that competition, and it did really well. It ended up in the top 3, and that's against the Cibo Felix, against the Dysons and the Sharks and everything else, and it just won in so many different categories. I have done a video in the past where I said that no, the Dyson V10 cannot replace uprights because it doesn't have enough agitation. It's never going to be as good of a deep cleaner than, let's say, a Dyson upright. And that's what I believed up until I actually tested it. Very recently I tested its deep cleaning ability and found that not only was it the only cordless vacuum to get 100% of the debris that we put down in the embedded sand in the carpet test, But then when we tested it against premium uprights, it did better than the Cibo Felix, for example, at deep cleaning. In fact, I've tested the Cibo Felix twice just to confirm that, but each time the Dyson V10 beat it handily in deep cleaning. So when you take that out of the equation, the only other question in that, can it replace uprights, is the battery life numbers. I literally just got done filming a video where I took the Dyson V10 to a house I was cleaning, the biggest house we clean. It's a 3-story, massive, 3,400 square feet. I don't know what that is in metric. It not only did it clean the entire house, and I did that on low power because I didn't bring a backup vacuum. It cleaned the entire house, and I still had 2 bars of battery life left at the end of that. Now you can see our chart on what we actually, have tested the battery life on. And to make a long story short, even on medium power, this is going to be enough to clean massive houses. So that's the only other question that you need to ask in terms of, can this replace upright vacuums? If it can deep clean as well, if its pickup is just as good as everything else, and if it has the battery life to actually clean massive houses, that's it. That's the only thing you know. It can replace upright vacuums. So yeah, I really love the V10. It's certainly the best cordless vacuum out there. Nothing else really even comes close. Again, thanks for letting me be a part of this video, and talk to you later.
So a huge thank you to Chris for answering my question for me, because I'm more of an end user kind of thing. I mean, I fiddle around with the old machines and I learn how to try and fix them and polish them and clean them up, but I don't really know anything about airflows and all that kind of stuff. So, I wanted somebody with a little bit more kind of like scientific-y kind of knowledge to give me an answer, and so, as you says, yes, they can. And I've had no issues with it whatsoever. I absolutely love it. I mean, when I go to empty the bin, because if you accidentally hit the button when you're emptying the bin, the dirt will fly into the filter. So what I do is, before I empty it, and Hubbilux as well, I will just give the filter a twist, not remove it, just give it a twist. Sorry, just give it a twist, and then I can't accidentally hit the button, knocking dirt into it when I empty it, and there's a little light flashing on here that says filter. So we do that every time I empty it, so I can't accidentally knock dirt into the filter. I have had dirt go into the filter after a while, but I recently did that video on it when the filters were a bit dirty. But the filter on this, it could do with a clean, but I'm going to leave it for a couple more weeks. So dust does come through this, so their claims of it not coming through are not true. I'm sorry. But regardless of anything, I do think it's a really good vacuum. I do normally use it on medium power for going from rugs to hard floors. But if I do, or I don't often do it, but if I do want to vacuum upstairs, I will put it on max because of the thicker carpets. I don't care what anybody says, I just prefer to put it on the more powerful mode for doing the carpets upstairs. But I very rarely do it, so it mainly just stays on medium or even on low. If I'm using tools or whatever, then I'll just have it on low if I'm doing some light dusting and stuff like that with the tools that I have. Now, this vacuum, which is the V10 Animal, didn't come with a fluffy head, a tool to it, attachment to it. That's the only one it's got. If I take the hose off, the wand, sorry, is this one. And so far it's been really good. I haven't lost many bristles on it at all, and it's proven really well. I have no issues with it at all. As you can see, it's a little bit dirty in there, but that is inevitable. That will happen, and it just gets used and then stuck back on its hook. And yeah, I really do like it, but I really wanted to try the fluffy head. Now, the reason I was eager to get hold of the fluffy head is because, if you remember, I had that Shark Duo Clean Flexology. I did find that the fluffy head at the front worked really, really, really well, and I really did like it. I really do like the fluffy head. I know some of you guys absolutely hate it, but I tried it when I was picking up sand and things, and On the hard floors, I found it really, really good. I really liked it. But they're quite expensive. They're about 60 odd quid. But I found on eBay, I found one brand new. It's arrived today, which is why I wanted to do this video. And here it is. So this is a brand new fluffy head. It smells really nice. It is brand new. Absolutely love it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring you guys a little bit closer and we'll take a look at this fluffy head. I really do enjoy a nice cup of tea. Anyway, so it's gone 4 o'clock now. So here we have the Dyson fluffy head. It's quite a weighty little thing. I'm quite surprised actually. It is quite weighty. Let me get my screwdriver. So we got the fluffy head here, we got these felt strips here, we have this other roller here at the back. I'm not sure if that moves or not, I don't think so. And then we have this little fluffy bit here as well. You can't adjust the suction going through it, but if I undo this thing here, I believe, there we go, and then that comes off. Okay, and that roller comes off, and there's the motor inside, and this is the fluffy head. So we have these two parts, the red and the purple. They seem to be the same material, but these strips here are thicker, so they act as kind of like the main bristles on it, and this one then is just covered in velour. What does it say here? Made in the Philippines. 16.2 volts, 30 watts. So this is 30 watts. The main head on it, this one here, that came with it. This one is 50 watts, so this is 20 watts less. So let's pop the rollers back into their little home. Oops, hello. Stay there. And then twist it back in, and there we go. So we're back on. Right, I haven't used this yet or plugged it in, so this is the first time using it. Well, we know it works. Let's try it on max. Got really good suction to it. It sticks down to the carpet on max. Let's try it on low. That's really good. I really like it. So the point of this is for the roller is not to go fast, because it's not for it sort of like takes it slower. I remember this from the Shark. It slows it down when you're doing hard floors, so it doesn't flick bits everywhere. So let's just give it a quick demo on here. Hang on, why aren't you working? Okay. Okay, so that was on low power. And as you can see, there's only 1 or 2 little specks of stuff. There was a little bit of flicking around, but I'm not too worried about it. Let's try it again on what I would normally use for it, which is on the medium power. And there is some agitation. Well, there's 1 or 2 stubborn bits there that won't come up. Okay, so that is on this carpet. So as it's technically for a hard floor, let's try it on this. Okay, so we'll put it back onto medium. We'll get some more mess. And let's try it now on here. Now that's done really good. It has done a little bit of scattering, but that is very fine particles on this bouncy floor. So I will give it that, but it didn't snow plow. There's nothing there. If I take the head off. Come on. There we go. Tiny bit of fallout. So everything has gone inside the grooves in here. That is really good. Oh, I really like it. I'm really pleased to get this. Let's try the rest. Fantastic. Right, I think we should now give it a little bit of a demo. Oh, that's stiff to come out. Ugh. Give it a little bit of demo in the kitchen and in the downstairs area. So let's go and give it a go. Okay, so this is probably going to be a little bit bumpy, but let's give it a go. Okay, so I've put down a part of sugar and flour, and let's see how it does. And that has turned out perfect. Just take you off the tripod. Oops. Knocked out of the screen. The complete clean path with no scattering. So let's pick up the rest of the mess and take it back into the garage. So there we go. Did a really good job. I'm really pleased to have this fluffy head. And I think it is now time to give this a proper clean out and dust out to the inside. Let me just get my heady. Right, I want to release the bin. Oh, there we go. That's it. So that's coming out of the inside. There's quite a bit of dust on the inside of it. Just looking to see down the there we go. Down in here. It's dusty, but it's not too bad. Let's give it a clean up. So unfortunately the bin is going cloudy, but meh, nothing you can do about that. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. That'll do. There we go. That's better than what it was. Let's take a look at the head. Yeah, it's holding up very well. There's some dust buildup inside here, so be careful to clean out there, because that seems to be a collection point of fur. I guess you could clean up the inside of this, but I'm really not going to bother, to be honest. But do be careful here of collection of fur, because that's where I found a lot of fur just now. Just make sure this is goes in. Actually, you can twist that. Actually, that's quite. You can twist that with your fingers. Actually, if you've got a good grip. There we go, done and dusted, ready for Hubby Lux to use. Mainly the only one he does use, but there we go. Put that back together. Woo. Okay, we're done. Thank you very much. Great, big, huge thank you. Actually, I don't think you can see me. Hang on. There we go, that's better. A great, big, huge thank you to Chris from Vacuum Wars on doing that video for me. But I really wanted to give this a proper good couple of months of use and everyday use to you know, to tell you guys. And obviously now the V11 is out already, so if you want a completely unbiased, non-product placement, non-fake review of the Dyson V11, I suggest you go and check out Sam Watson of Becco 1987, Performance Reviews, and Vacuum Wars. There are other people out there as well, but those are the three people that I do trust to give you guys a proper, genuine review. So, thank you very much for watching, and you'll see this again now in a couple of months. See how it goes then. And thank you very much for watching. Bye!